When two scientists convene in one room, who also happen to be fans of Doctor Who, they begin to think differently than most other scientists. Gavin, Schmidt, and Adam Frank discussed if the possibility was strong enough to decide that intelligent and advanced life forms existed before present-day humans of the last 300,000 years. The Silurian Hypothesis is a theory that states our universe is not the first, and we are one in a series of universes. If you believe this, then the Big Bang Theory is not the beginning of all time and space. The hypothesis was introduced in 1972 by cosmologist Brandon Carter, and it has become one of the most popular theories in science today. In a nutshell, their hypothesis also states that human beings were not the first intelligent beings to evolve on planet Earth. However, they also state that there is no way anyone would or will be able to determine if there were any other intelligent life beings. The theory is simple. Any biological or geological evidence would not be found after such an extensive amount of time. Do you agree? This is an intriguing mystery that deserves some intelligent debate. Let's clarify the important information first. This hypothesis developed by these two men does not mean that they themselves believe this. What they are searching for are the answers to the unasked questions. 1. If there was intelligent life prior to the last 300,000 years, how would we know? 2. Would geology or archaeology be able to prove the hypothesis correct? 3. If there were intelligent beings prior to the previous 300,000 years, where did they go and what became of them? 4. How would we go about determining life on other planets? How would we determine if there had been ancient intelligent civilizations? Their way of asking does in fact make one think in a different viewpoint. The goal is to determine ways in which we would be able to find these locations. The basis is that we know we had dinosaurs 150 million years ago. We have their fossils to prove that. Age testing done on fossils would include radiocarbon dating. As for carbon dating, they do say history repeats itself. There is documented proof of high amounts of fossil carbons. Those are quite like what we are experiencing now. However, there is one humongous difference. The previous fossil carbon layer happened over a much lengthier chunk of time. We can say that it was not one ancient civilization that caused that fossil carbon layer. The current carbon layer only took humans 300 years to get the air to the same state as 300,000 years ago. The intelligent life living on the planet today has created pollution that rises in the air as well as pollution that sinks into the ground and the water. The one question to ask is, how hard will it be for intelligent beings to determine what we were capable of? Astrobiology is one of the fields of research that the two men were considering as they drew up the hypothesis. They want to know if there are other ways to discover previous life civilizations, or even in the future how scientists or researchers will be able to determine if we exist. What signs, if any, have we left? An astrobiologist tries to determine how life and civilizations originate, and how these civilizations can exist in different types of environments. What type of answer would you have to Schmidt and Frank? Sure, we can say that currently, there has been no documented proof of another planet with life, such as Earth. First, our abilities to get to other planets is not strong enough to travel further than we already have. Yet there are many people who will stake their life on aliens from other planets visiting us, taking us to their planets. What are we not doing to be able to locate them? Surely there is a world out there with some super intelligent beings. Also, if you are to believe history and pictographs, petroglyphs and carvings, we should understand that previous civilizations have shared with us the knowledge they had of other intelligent beings. We have even seen the purported information passed from these people to the previous civilizations. Schmidt and Frank, also published with the Cambridge Journal, have stated that microbiological testing could be done to determine if a life force could exist. They have suggested that deep drilling would be the beginning to help determine any previous life force on other planets. On Earth, testing the ocean sediment and deep drilling in excavated areas may be used to determine prior life. There is plenty of focus on finding intelligent life. Sean DeMagle-Goldman is one of many scientists and researchers who are hoping to work across the grid with NASA. He is working to design the next instruments that will assist in finding another world where there are living and breathing beings. With systems and research such as the Drake equation, which as of now is still highly conjectural, but the likelihood is coming closer to being a reality than where we were until now. This is not just for other planets. This could be in regions of Earth that seem to be uninhabitable. Sedimentology is another type of ecological science that may be beneficial in determining if there have been previous civilizations in areas that we do not believe there may have been. Researching and studying the sediment layers, forms rivers, lakes and oceans may teach our scientists if there has been life of any intelligent source near the waterways. An example where using laser, sonar or satellite capabilities and land mapping would be deep in the rainforests, where they have since used laser technology to map out the land through the air. Using this sonar technology, they can see where there could likely be areas where there are buildings that have not been seen in centuries. Using laser and satellite technology should be no different if used on other planets or lands on Earth that look uninhabitable. An ancient civilization has been located and research and archaeology are currently underway. Once technology has advanced enough, where there is the possibility of using ground-penetrating radar on a larger scale. This technique has also been used to determine the chances of buildings and other land masses far below our feet. By using these technologies, will we ever be able to answer the Silurian hypothesis? Will we ever know if there were some types of intellectual or intelligent beings on our planet or anywhere else from millions of years ago? The odds are possible, but maybe appear slim currently. Schmidt and Frank are not willing to give up. We need the ideas of other manners in which to determine if there was a civilization millions of years ago. Some other manner where testing can be done, other than the Drake equation, sedimentology, deep drilling, laser and sonar radar, and map reading. The Silurian hypothesis may sound like too much to believe, but there are some key points to remember about this theory before you completely write it off. The Silurian hypothesis is a potential explanation for the Cambrian explosion that happened about 540 million years ago. One of the key points to remember about this theory is that it doesn't require any new elements, just an adjustment in how we think about the world. We also need to consider where these new species would have come from, and if there's a fossil record of them at all. Will we ever know the truth behind the Silurian hypothesis? Stay tuned for more next time. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up icon. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications for new videos.